Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about how to restring your electric guitar. And the reason that we have to change the strings is because after a while they'll lose a bit of their tension. You can see on this guitar that the strings have got a bit grotty and a bit rusty. The moisture in the air and the sort of sweat that's on your fingers after a while will corrode the outside of the string and it will leave it with that really sort of not smooth texture, so I know that these strings definitely need to be changed. The length of time that strings last depends entirely on how much you use it and the atmosphere that the guitar lives in. Okay, cool, so we're going to start by using one of these. So this is our winder. You can get these in all different sort of styles, but this one's really cool because it's got a set of pliers on the bottom, which is going to be really handy for when you're adjusting the length of the excess string. And next we've got obviously our new strings. This is a packet of regular Slinky and they're gauge 10s. So if you're like me and you're more of a rhythm guitarist and you like to play picked chords and stuff and sort of chunky rhythms, these are going to be perfect. If you're more of a soloist and you like to bend the strings a lot, then you're going to probably want 9s because they're going to be easier to bend. So we're going to start by taking the strings off. Now everyone does restringing in a different way. You probably would have seen loads of videos on YouTube showing you how to do this and they all vary slightly. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, so I've got my own way of doing it, and if you disagree that's cool, but I'll show you how I do it. So first we're going to start off by unwinding all the strings at this end. Strings have unwound a little bit, you can just pull them out, okay, so you don't have to unwind the whole way. Lovely, now when that's done, have a look at your fretboard, make sure that it's okay, it doesn't need any sort of conditioning or any sort of cleaning. So now we've got all our old loose strings, we're going to have to take them out of the bottom bit. Alright, so we've got our string and we're going to just push it down into the body, turn your guitar over and just keep pushing it and you will see it come out of the back like that. So now we're going to take it and we're going to pull it through. Now because the strings are old and they've been wound around the peg for a while, you're going to see a bit of a tension here. So you can either just give it a quick pull and it'll probably come out. And you've pulled it through the body, and we're just going to do that for all of the strings. Okay, and eventually you will get them out. So I did struggle with a couple of them that didn't want to push through, and you'll probably find that as well. It's really common when you're trying to take out the strings that they don't want to go in. What I did is I wrapped the string around my finger to get it a bit more tense and just kept wiggling it and pushing it, and eventually it did come out, so it's fine. You want to take them, wrap them around your hand like this, okay, and then you can just chuck them away in the bin. Okay, now we're ready to restring our guitar. So these are really common, this set, and they will cost me about £9, £10. You can see we've got the different gauges of the string, and they start from the thickest, which is the 42, this E string at the top, and then they go all the way down to the 10. Now this is where some people do things a bit differently. The way that I'm going to do it is sort of alternate between top, thin to the middle. Some people just put them all straight on. I'd like to do them individually. So we'll unravel our new string, nice and shiny. And we'll turn our guitar back around. Our string has to go through the bridge, so there's a hole there. Have a look, see when you can see the light through it. So you feed it on through and it just comes out. Feed him through. Make sure he goes all the way through and the little bobble that's on the end doesn't get stuck on the back. Now for our length of our string here, some people like to cut it first and then wind it, some people wind it and then cut it. So I've got the old school sort of machine heads here. Some of them you feed through and some of them you tuck in. Okay, mine tuck in like that on this guitar. So actually I am going to cut them first. So the way that I'm going to do this is go up to about the second one, probably, maybe a bit longer just to give us a bit extra. Clip. Put that to the sides, pop it in. I wrap him round a little bit just to give it that little bit of extra tension to start working. Okay, and we've got our string in its place. I just sort of hold it there so it doesn't move around. Get our winder, and then we're just going to start tightening it. When we tighten, we don't want to go too tight because then your string might snap, which is the worst case scenario, because if you've just bought a fresh pack of strings and one snaps, it is like the worst thing in the world. It happens to the best of us though, but hopefully I can tell you how to not make that happen. So as you can see, I'm just keeping my finger there. I'm making that string go at the bottom. Okay, so you can take it off, replace it, and just keep winding. Okay, now you get to about this stage, and this is where you need to stop winding, because we're going to keep our thumb on this string like that and give it some tension, and we're going to just wind it a bit with our thumb there. And what you're doing is you're stretching the string. This is so important when you're restringing your guitar, because your strings, if they're not stretched properly, they're going to go out of tune really, really quick. You can see I've just got my finger under there like that, and I'm just up and down, just wiggling it all the way along. Don't worry about tuning this string because it's going to go out of tune straight away anyway, where it's new. It's going to take a lot of stretching to make it ready to be tuned. And that is our first string on. We're just going to repeat that process all the way down, and then I'll show you how to retune it. There we have it, we've got all of our new strings on, and I must say it always feels so nice when you've got those fresh, shiny, clean strings. It's really exciting. So I'm going to just have one final little bend of our strings, like so, and just do some string bends. Whatever way you choose, as long as you're bending your strings nicely, you're going to have a really long-lasting string that stays in tune for you, hopefully. So I've got here just a standard like electric guitar tuner. You can get loads of different types of these. This is the one I use. Plug it in, turn your volume up, and then we're going to put it on 440 Hertz. Our first note should be an E. It's F sharp at the moment, so that means it needs to go down. And when that green light shines in the middle, you know that it's a perfect E. Do that again for all your strings. So it should be A, E, A, D, G, B, E. And the way that I teach my students that is elephants and donkeys grow big ears. So there we go, that's your strings all put on and tuned. Looks beautiful. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, where I'm going to be putting lots more tutorials and things like that. If there is anything you want to see, let me know, and I can give you some guitar lessons as well. But yeah, thank you for watching.